Hello friends. Right now in 2026, the maximum possible Social Security benefit is $5,181 a month. The average benefit most retirees actually receive is $2,071 a month. That is a $3,000 difference every single month. And almost nobody talks about what specifically separates the people getting the maximum from the people getting the averaged. If you have not yet claimed Social Security, or if you have a spouse, a child, or a sibling who has not claimed yet, stay with me, because what I am about to show you could be worth over $100,000 in lifetime benefits, depending on how long you live. Subscribe right now and turn on the bell, because the single most important Social Security decision you will ever make is when to claim, and most people make it without understanding what it actually costs them. Let us start with the 3 specific reasons the gap exists, because understanding them tells you exactly where your own opportunity is. Factor number 1 is claiming age, and this is by far the most powerful lever any person has over their own benefit amount. Here is exactly how that works. If your full retirement age is 67 and your benefit at that age would be $2,000 a month, claiming at 62 reduces that to about $1,400 permanently. But waiting until 70 increases it to about $2,480 a month, also permanently. That is a $1,080 per month difference between claiming at 62 versus waiting until 70 on the same earnings record, without doing anything else, just by waiting 8 years. Now here is the number that changes how most people think about this decision. At $1,080 more per month, waiting 8 years costs you 8 years of the lower payment. But then every single month after that you are $1,080 ahead. The break-even point, the age at which waiting pays off more than claiming early, is approximately 80 to 82 years old. And here is the fact that most people miss entirely. 30% of Americans who are 65 today will live past the age of 90. If you live to 90, the difference between claiming at 62 and waiting to 70 is not $1,080 a month. Over those extra years, it is well over $200,000 in total lifetime benefits gone because of the day you chose to file. And there is one more reason to wait that most financial advisors bring up last, even though it should be first. If you are married, the higher earner's Social Security benefit becomes the surviving spouse's permanent benefit after you pass. Delaying to 70 does not just protect your income. It protects your spouse's income for potentially decades after you are gone. Now let us move to factor number 2, which is your earnings history, because this one surprises a lot of people. Social Security calculates your benefit using your 35 highest earning years. If you worked for 30 years and have 5 years of zero, those 5 zeros go into the calculation and drag your average down. If you are still working, even part-time, every additional year you earn replaces one of those zero or low earning years in your record. Each additional $10,000 in annual earnings you add to your record increases your eventual monthly benefit by approximately $50 to $60 permanently. It adds up faster than most people realize. Factor number 3 is earnings record errors, and this is the one that is entirely in your control to fix right now. The Social Security Administration calculates your benefit using whatever is in your earnings file. They do not cross-check it against your actual W-2 forms or tax returns. They pay based on what was reported and recorded, errors, and if a former employer misreported your earnings, if a digit in your Social Security number was transposed, if a year of self-employment income was never properly filed, that year may show 0 in your record. And each incorrect year showing 0 permanently reduces your monthly benefit by approximately $100 per month. Log into ssa.gov right now. Go to your Social Security statement. Look at every single year in your earnings history. If you see a year where you know you worked, and the number shows 0 or dramatically lower than you actually earned, that is fixable. And fixing it adds to every single check you will ever receive for the rest of your life. Now let me put all 3 factors together so you can see the full picture of what the gap between $5,181 and $2,071 actually looks like in practice. The person receiving $5,181 did 3 things. They worked at or near the maximum taxable wage base for at least 35 years. They had a clean earnings record with no uncorrected errors. And they waited until age 70 to claim. None of those 3 things is a secret. They are just choices that most people never fully understood were available to them. Now here is where this week becomes relevant. The Social Security Administration announced that the July 2026 inflation data, which is the first of 3 months used to calculate the 2027 COLA, releases next week. Experts are currently projecting the 2027 COLA at 3.8 to 4.0%. If that holds, the maximum benefit climbs again in January. If you delay even one more year, your base is higher before that COLA is applied. So here is exactly what to do this week, depending on where you are. If you have not claimed yet and you are under 70, log into ssa.gov and look at your projected benefit at 62, 67, and 70. Then calculate your break-even age. If you are in reasonably good health and your break-even is within your life expectancy, waiting is almost always the stronger financial choice. If you are still working before full retirement age, check whether adding more earnings this year will replace a 0 or low year in your 35-year record. If it does, keep working. The math may be in your favor even if you did not expect it, and regardless of where you are in the process, go to ssa.gov this week and check your earnings record year by year. If you find an error, call SSA at 1-800-772-1213 and say specifically, "I want to report a potential error in my earnings record," and ask about filing a correction. So here is the complete picture. The maximum Social Security benefit in 2026 is $5,181 a month. The average is $2,071. The gap comes from 3 things: claiming age, lifetime earnings history, and earnings record accuracy. Every one of those 3 factors is either already locked in or still within your control. And with the 2027 COLA data arriving next week, this is the exact moment to understand where you stand before the next set of numbers is announced. If this video helped you understand why the gap exists and what you can actually do about it, subscribe and turn on the bell because the official 2027 COLA number drops in October, and I will break down exactly what it means for you the day it is announced. And share this with anyone in your family who has not yet claimed Social Security, because this decision, made on the wrong day for the wrong reason, is one of the most expensive mistakes in retirement. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.